There is a specific pattern that begins around age 60. Your legs weaken first, not your arms, not your core, your legs. And when leg strength goes, everything that depends on it, balance, independence, confidence walking to the mailbox, starts to go with it. This is not doom. This is documented muscle physiology. The University of Pittsburgh documented that leg muscle mass declines approximately 15% per decade after age 50. Tufts University confirmed that targeted nutrition can slow or reverse this decline. The USDA has studied which specific foods deliver the protein, minerals, and compounds that matter most for maintaining leg strength in older adults. This video walks through 7 specific pantry foods that support leg muscle and joint health after 60. What each one does, why the nutrition science matters, how to use it. Every claim is sourced to university research, USDA data, or peer-reviewed studies. No panic, no supplements, just food. One food on this list delivers 18 grams of complete protein per serving and costs under $2. Another provides the exact mineral combination researchers found protects against age-related muscle loss. These are not exotic items. These are pantry staples your grocery store carries right now. Let's begin. Number 7. Canned wild salmon. The Tufts Health and Nutrition Letter documented that canned salmon with bones contains 18 times more calcium than fresh salmon. 18 times. 225 milligrams per serving compared to just 12. That is not a rounding error. That is a structural difference. Here is why that matters for your legs. Calcium is not just about bone density. It is also about muscle contraction. Your muscles need calcium to contract properly. Your bones need calcium to stay strong enough to support those muscles. When you eat canned salmon with the soft bones included, you get both. You get 18 grams of complete protein from the USDA nutrient database. You get omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation in joints and muscles. And you get that massive calcium dose in a form your body can actually absorb and use. The typical cost is $2 to $4 per can. That is 3 to 4 servings of high-quality complete protein, calcium, and omega-3s for less than $1 per serving. Compare that to a fresh salmon fillet at $10 to $15 per pound, and you start to see why this is not just a nutrition decision. It is a household economics decision. How to use it. Open the can. Do not drain it. The liquid contains omega-3s and water-soluble nutrients. Mix it into a salad. Stir it into scrambled eggs. Spread it on whole grain crackers. Mash it with a little mayo and lemon for a quick salmon salad. The soft bones dissolve into the texture. You will not even notice them, but your legs will. Number 6. Dried lentils. The USDA Food Data Central documents that 1 cup of cooked lentils delivers 18 grams of plant-based protein, the same amount as canned salmon. But dried lentils cost about $1.50 per pound. 1 pound of dried lentils makes roughly 6 to 7 cups of cooked lentils. That is over 100 grams of protein for $1.50. Lentils also deliver iron and magnesium. Iron carries oxygen to your muscles. Magnesium is involved in muscle contraction and relaxation. Cleveland Clinic research found that magnesium deficiency can contribute to muscle weakness and cramping, especially in older adults. Lentils give you both, plus fiber, plus B vitamins, in a shelf-stable package that lasts for years. Here is what makes lentils especially useful for households watching their grocery budget. They do not require soaking. They cook in 20 to 30 minutes. They absorb the flavor of whatever you cook them with. You can make a pot of lentil soup on Sunday and eat from it all week. You can toss cooked lentils into a salad. You can mash them into a veggie burger. You can season them with cumin and garlic and eat them as a side dish. They are one of the most versatile protein sources in the pantry. For leg strength specifically, the protein and mineral combination is what matters. Your muscles need protein to rebuild after normal daily wear. The iron ensures your muscles get enough oxygen during activity. The magnesium keeps them contracting and relaxing smoothly. All of that for about 25 cents per serving. Number 5. Canned chickpeas. Also called garbanzo beans. The USDA documents 12 grams of protein per cup. That is a solid protein contribution for a canned food that costs about $1 per can and requires 0 preparation. Chickpeas are particularly rich in magnesium. 1 cup provides about 20% of your daily magnesium needs. As mentioned with lentils, magnesium is critical for muscle function, but chickpeas also bring something else to the table. They are incredibly convenient. Open the can, rinse them, and they are ready to eat. You can toss them into a salad for instant protein and texture. You can roast them in the oven with olive oil and spices for a crunchy snack. You can mash them with tahini, lemon, and garlic to make hummus. You can throw them into a soup or stew in the last 10 minutes of cooking. They hold their shape. They absorb flavor. They add substance to a meal without requiring any cooking skill. For someone who is 65 and cooking for 1 or 2 people, chickpeas solve a specific problem. You do not want to cook a big pot of dried beans just to get a small amount of protein. You do not want to deal with soaking and long cook times. Canned chickpeas give you the nutrition of legumes with the convenience of opening a can. That convenience matters. If the food is not easy to use, it does not get used. Canned chickpeas get used. Number 4, Greek yogurt or dairy. The National Institutes of Health Office of Dietary Supplements confirms that calcium and vitamin D work together to maintain bone density and muscle function. You cannot get the full benefit of calcium without adequate vitamin D. Dairy products, particularly fortified yogurt, provide both. Greek yogurt specifically delivers 15 to 20 grams of protein per cup, depending on the brand. That is more protein per serving than most cuts of meat. It also provides calcium, vitamin D in fortified versions, and probiotics that support gut health. Gut health matters for nutrient absorption. If your gut is not absorbing nutrients properly, it does not matter how much protein or calcium you eat. It is not getting into your bloodstream and to your muscles. For older adults, dairy is one of the easiest ways to get both calcium and protein in a form that requires no cooking. You can eat yogurt straight from the container. You can mix it with fruit. You can use it as a base for smoothies. You can substitute it for sour cream or mayo in recipes. It is a multi-use food that works for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a snack. The cost is roughly $3 to $5 for a large container of plain Greek yogurt. That is 8 to 10 servings. Compared to individual yogurt cups at $1 each, buying the large plain container and adding your own fruit or honey makes economic sense. If you are lactose intolerant or avoid dairy, fortified plant-based yogurts made from soy, almond, or oat can work. Check the label for protein content. Many plant-based yogurts are low in protein, around 2 to 4 grams per serving. Look for soy-based versions, which typically match dairy yogurt at 6 to 8 grams per serving or higher. Number 3, eggs. The USDA Agricultural Research Service has studied amino acids and muscle maintenance in aging adults. Their research found that leucine, a branched-chain amino acid abundant in eggs, is the key signal that tells aging muscles to build and repair. Without adequate leucine, muscle protein synthesis slows down. With adequate leucine, even older muscles can maintain and rebuild. One large egg contains 6 grams of complete protein and about 400 milligrams of leucine. Eggs are also one of the cheapest sources of high-quality protein in the grocery store. A dozen eggs typically costs between $2 and $4. That is 12 servings of complete protein for less than 35 cents per serving. Eggs are endlessly versatile. Scrambled, fried, boiled, poached, baked into frittatas or quiches, mixed into fried rice, whisked into soups for added richness. You can eat eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can cook a dozen hard-boiled eggs on Sunday and eat them throughout the week. They are portable. They keep in the fridge for weeks. They are one of the most practical proteins a household can stock. For leg strength, the leucine content is what sets eggs apart from other proteins. Leucine is the amino acid that directly activates muscle protein synthesis. Tufts University research on senior protein needs emphasizes that older adults need not just more protein, but more leucine specifically. Eggs deliver. If you have been avoiding eggs because of cholesterol concerns, recent research has softened those warnings. For most people, dietary cholesterol from eggs has a minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels. The bigger concern is saturated fat and trans fat from processed foods. Eggs, eaten in moderation, are considered a healthy protein source by most nutrition authorities. If you have specific health conditions or cholesterol concerns, check with your doctor. But for most older adults, eggs are a nutritional asset, not a liability. Number 2, olive oil. This is where the research gets interesting. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition documented that seniors who followed Mediterranean dietary patterns, including regular olive oil consumption, maintained better mobility and experienced slower physical decline than those who did not. Olive oil is not just fat. It is a source of monounsaturated fats and polyphenols that reduce inflammation in the body. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the drivers of age-related muscle loss. Inflammation interferes with muscle repair. It accelerates muscle breakdown. It contributes to joint pain and stiffness. Anti-inflammatory compounds like those in olive oil help counteract that process. The Mediterranean diet studies did not just look at olive oil in isolation. They looked at a whole pattern of eating that includes fish, legumes, vegetables, whole grains, and olive oil as the primary fat. But olive oil is the common thread. It is the fat source that shows up in every version of the Mediterranean diet. And the studies consistently show that people who follow this pattern maintain better physical function as they age. For leg strength, the inflammation connection is key. Your leg muscles are under constant mechanical stress from walking, standing, climbing stairs, getting up from a chair. That stress creates microdamage that needs to be repaired. If your body is in a chronic inflammatory state, that repair process is less efficient. Olive oil helps shift the balance away from inflammation and toward repair. How much olive oil? The studies typically show benefits at about 2 to 3 tablespoons per day. You can drizzle it on salads, use it to sauté vegetables, dip whole grain bread in it, cook eggs in it, replace butter with olive oil in most cooking applications. It is a simple swap that aligns your pantry with decades of research on healthy aging. Cost-wise, olive oil is more expensive than vegetable oil, but not prohibitively so. A bottle of decent quality olive oil runs about $10 to $15 and lasts several weeks for a typical household. That is less than 50 cents per day for a fat source that is actively working in your favor. And number 1, dark leafy greens. Harvard School of Public Health research found that vitamin K, concentrated in dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens, plays a critical role in bone mineralization and may reduce fracture risk in older adults. Strong bones support strong muscles. Weak bones increase fracture risk, which leads to immobility, which accelerates muscle loss. The leg strength equation is not just about muscle. It is about the whole system, muscle and bone working together. Dark leafy greens also provide magnesium, as mentioned earlier. They provide nitrates, which some research suggests may improve muscle efficiency and reduce the oxygen cost of exercise. They provide fiber. They provide a range of antioxidants and phytonutrients that support overall health. The practical question is, fresh or frozen? Both work. Fresh greens are great if you eat them within a few days. Frozen greens are great if you want convenience and a longer shelf life. Frozen spinach and kale are just as nutritious as fresh. Sometimes more so because they are frozen at peak ripeness. You can keep a bag of frozen spinach in your freezer, pull out a handful whenever you need it, and toss it into eggs, soup, pasta sauce, or a smoothie. For someone in their 60s or 70s who is cooking for 1 or 2, frozen greens eliminate waste. You do not end up with a bag of wilted spinach in the back of the fridge that you feel guilty about throwing away. You use what you need, when you need it. Cost-wise, frozen greens are often cheaper than fresh. A pound of frozen spinach costs about $2 to $3 and provides multiple servings. Fresh greens vary depending on season and location, but frozen is reliably affordable year-round. The vitamin K point is worth emphasizing. Vitamin K does not get as much attention as calcium or vitamin D, but it is essential for bone health. It helps your body use calcium properly. It helps direct calcium into your bones instead of your arteries. Dark leafy greens are the best dietary source. 1 cup of cooked spinach provides over 5 times your daily vitamin K needs. 1 cup of cooked kale provides over 10 times. You do not need much. A small serving a few times per week is enough. If any of this is useful to you, a quick like helps me get this kind of careful research in front of more households. No pressure, just appreciate you watching. Let's keep going. So those are the 7 pantry foods that support leg strength after 60. Canned wild salmon for complete protein, omega-3s, and calcium. Dried lentils for plant protein, iron, and magnesium. Canned chickpeas for convenience, protein, and magnesium. Greek yogurt or dairy for calcium, vitamin D, and protein. Eggs for leucine and complete protein. Olive oil for anti-inflammatory fats. And dark leafy greens for vitamin K, magnesium, and overall bone and muscle support. These are not magic bullets. These are research-backed foods that give your body the raw materials it needs to maintain muscle mass and bone density as you age. The University of Pittsburgh documented the problem. Leg muscle mass declines 15% per decade after 50. Tufts University documented the solution. Targeted nutrition with adequate protein, calcium, vitamin D, and key minerals can slow or reverse that decline. This video is for educational purposes about nutrition and food choices. It is not medical advice, a treatment plan, or a substitute for consultation with your healthcare provider. The information reflects documented research from university and government sources cited in the description. Always make decisions about your diet in consultation with your doctor, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking medications that interact with specific foods. Prices mentioned are approximate and vary by region and retailer. Here is the prescription. On your next 2 grocery trips, pick up 3 items from this list: a few cans of wild salmon, a bag of dried lentils, a carton of Greek yogurt, a dozen eggs, a bottle of olive oil, a bag of frozen spinach. Whichever 3 fit your household's current eating patterns. The total cost will be under $20. That is it. You have just built a working nutrition foundation that supports leg strength for the next several weeks. Do not overthink it. Do not try to overhaul your entire diet. Just add these 3 items to your next 2 grocery trips. Use them. See how they fit into your routine. If they work, keep going. If one does not work, try a different one from the list. This is about building sustainable habits, not forcing yourself into someone else's meal plan. Let me run through the 7 one more time. Number 7, canned wild salmon. Number 6, dried lentils. Number 5, canned chickpeas. Number 4, Greek yogurt or dairy. Number 3, eggs. Number 2, olive oil. And number 1, dark leafy greens, fresh or frozen. I am guessing most of you already have number 3 in your fridge, but how many of you are eating it daily for leg strength? Let me know in the comments. Take care.